are actually several underlying fears and wants. And when we heal on that level, on that deep level, you just see things differently. You look at the world differently. You will notice that different thoughts come into your head, just pop into your head without you actively training yourself to think them. And things that seemed really hard before, like getting close and being vulnerable and allowing the connection, just seem easier and easier and easier. There's not so much fear and tension around it. It's actually a really, really cool thing. So the three core fears are the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment, and the fear of being a bad or unworthy person and your partner finding that out. Those are the three core fears. And you might hear this and think, but I am not afraid that I will be rejected by this person because I'm in a super committed relationship with somebody that's just so kind and loyal and committed and all in. He will not reject me. And you can consciously believe that and see that and rationally see that that's true, and you probably won't be abandoned. But there is a part of you, your fear brain, that is just convinced that this will happen sooner or later. And that's why it's working so hard to keep you safe. So it might not be something you're consciously aware of right now, that you're actually afraid of rejection and abandonment by this person, but it can absolutely, absolutely, absolutely be there. This is why you have so many protection mechanisms, why you doubt your feelings, where you doubt whether you like the person enough, whether you feel enough, whether you're attracted enough. Those are all protection mechanisms. And it's super interesting, because if you would have told me this when I was in the thick of it, I would not have believed you. I thought, well, I know he's not going to leave me. I know he's not going to reject me. I'm just not sure if I like him. And then as I healed this, and I noticed this with all the girls going through my online program too, there comes a point where they say, oh my God, you're right. I feel the fear of abandonment now. And this is what I was so afraid to feel. So I can totally understand if you don't recognize this and you think, this is not me, I'm not scared of this. On a deeper level, it actually might be that you're scared of abandonment and you're scared of rejection. And in a very healthy, committed relationship with somebody that clearly loves you a lot, this can actually play out even more, because you're like, well, if this person will reject me or abandon me or think I'm a bad person, then I will be alone forever. Your fear brain is pretty dramatic. But that's what's even under that fear. So it actually comes out in this healthy relationship maybe the most, in a weird way, in a protective way, where you just kind of think nasty things about your partner as a way to protect yourself. It's crazy, right? It's one big mind fuck. So those are the three core fears. There are two core wants also, and that's wanting control and wanting security. Especially in a healthy relationship, you just want to know 100% sure that this is the right choice, that this will forever work, that this partner will never, ever, ever hurt you or leave you. You want to know that 100% for sure right now for the rest of your life. So that's wanting control and wanting security. And that's really hard, because you never know. You never know 100% what's going to happen in 5 years or in 10 years or in 20 years or 30 years. But your fear brain will not accept that. Nope, it will just want to feel more and have more feelings and want to know 100% sure, because your fear brain believes that that's what's going to keep you safe. So you want control on all these things. You want absolute security by knowing 100% certain that this is the right choice. But by holding on so tight, by wanting so much control, you actually feel like you don't have any control at all, which feels really sucky, and you don't allow a lot of love. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to really feel love and allow love. So when you're a fearful avoidant, the chances are quite big that you actually resist healing. You may have worked on this, you may have tried, you may have gone to therapy, and it may have worked a little bit, but then you fell back and it just never really worked. Because whenever you have that need for control and you cannot fail, it tends to be that way. You resist healing. So what you want to do is make it super duper safe to heal for your fear brain. We're just gonna take your fear brain along for the ride. So your fear brain is on highest alert, and that is okay. We just need to take it along. So talk therapy can absolutely help. I am all for it, especially understanding yourself, understanding what's happening, even though this attachment style is not very well known and well understood even by the most well-intentioning psychologists. So the protection mechanisms, the doubts, the way you go about relationships are not always understood by therapists. But when you do find a therapist that understands this, it's so good. It can absolutely help. But what you also then see is after talk therapy, you understand all of this quite well. You understand what you're doing, you see the dynamics, you see the patterns, and you know what to do in those moments maybe, but your reaction is so visceral. It's so in your body. It's almost like you can't control it. Those feelings just completely disappear. You shut down or you go in panic mode. It just feels and it is deeply ingrained in your body. So that's where we want to let it go, in your body. And that's where talk therapy mostly does not go. So that's where EFT comes in. And maybe you've heard of it in the past, I think, 10 years or maybe even 5 years. It's gotten a lot more popular, thank God, because it's the best tool ever. It's the emotional freedom technique. And there are many ways to heal, but EFT works because it works exactly on that level in your body. And it's kind of a bridge for that deep-seated fear. So for instance, meditation helps. And breath work helps. But when there's a lot of trauma that's deeply stored in the body, sometimes that can just be too much. Meditation can be really hard when there's trauma. And again, trauma doesn't have to be like severe abuse, just severe abuse. It can also definitely be more subtle and just very suppressed and stored in your body. So that's what EFT does. It kind of like, it bypasses a lot of the resistance to healing. And it's a perfect way to get your fear brain on board and really release what's underlying and what's ingrained in your body. So what's stored in your body. So we can talk about this, but we can also just do it. We can just do one round of EFT. I can show you how it works and you just can repeat after me. I will explain a little bit about it. So it's actually based on an ancient old therapy, which is acupressure. And you might know acupuncture with the needles everywhere. This is acupressure and it works on the same spots, but instead of using needles, you just use your hands. It looks really weird, I know. And you activate these energy centers, which sounds so woo-woo, but it's actually proven scientifically, and there's more and more studies coming out. So it's not just woo-woo anymore. It's just proven that when you do this, when you tap on these points, that it actually gives your amygdala a sign that there is no alert and you can relax and you can let go of the stress and tension. So it's a combination of acupressure and then modern psychology, and that it comes in the form of what you say while you are tapping, and tapping is what we call this. So while you tap, you say, even though I feel all this fear and tension, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And you do that because it comes from the idea that when we completely 100% fully love ourselves, there are no problems. There's no wanting control. There's no wanting security. You just feel safe and at ease. And that's actually what we are at our core. We have love and peace at our core. And that might feel like it's so far away from you right now, but you have that at your core. It's just layered and layered and layered with so many layers of protection and fear. But that's what we can absolutely let go of with EFT. So, like I said, you can just repeat after me, do as I do, say as I say, and we will start here on the side of the hand, and we will repeat that even though I deeply and completely love and accept myself 3 times, and then go to the inside of the eyebrow, outside of the eyebrow, under the eye, under the nose, under the underlip or on the chin, under your clavicles, I think it's called in English, on the side, under the arm, and on top of the head. Those are the points. So, like I said, you can just say as I say and do as I do, right? Even though I have all this fear and tension, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel so much tension in my body, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm so scared to fully love, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm so scared to surrender. I'm so scared to let go of control. I'm not gonna let go. I need that control. I need to know for sure. I'm not gonna let it go. You can't make me, Paulien. I really want to know for sure. I am so scared that it will go wrong, that I don't love him enough, that this is not enough, and it's not the right choice. But I do want it. I'm so scared of doing it wrong and regretting it, being unhappy. I'm so scared to give myself, to show myself, to let go of that control and just trust. But I'm willing to explore the possibility to let go of all this fear. Because maybe it won't go wrong. Maybe it is safe to love. Maybe connection is safe. And I don't want to miss that for the rest of my life. Because I love myself. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, take a deep breath. You just did tapping. You can feel a lot of things right now, or nothing at all, but it's possible that you felt tears welling up, that you cried. It's possible that you felt relaxation. It's possible that you felt tension, headache, yawning, burping. Those are all signs of letting go. It could also be that you didn't feel a lot. This was just one round. But the funny thing is, even when you don't really feel anything happening, it could actually be that there is stuff happening. That's what they also found in the studies, that even though people didn't really feel something happening, they actually did have a lower heart rate, and their stress signals were less. So it still works. It still works even when you don't really feel anything happening. So this was just a really tiny tryout of EFT. It's a really powerful tool, and if you hit the right underlying fears and wants, you can actually absolutely heal fearful avoidant attachment style. It does take work. I'm not saying it's easy. It does really take work, but you can heal it, and EFT can be a big part of that. So, like I said, you want to take the fear brain along so that healing feels safe and you don't keep sabotaging yourself or falling back into the same patterns. And please also seek professional help if your anxiety feels overwhelming. So you are not alone, and you can absolutely 100% heal this. I've healed it. I know there are a lot of other girls that I've helped and that message me that have healed it. And it will have such an impact in your life if you heal this, because you will notice it in all your relationships and even in what you allow yourself to have in life, and allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to relax. And I want that for you so much, because you deserve to be completely relaxed and to allow and receive the love you are already worth.